For a small business to grow, expand, and flourish, the management team needs to follow basic yet profound skill sets to achieve success of the business. Now, if these management skills are not taken seriously enough, the end result will quickly become failure of the business. Now, small business owners might not obtain these skills because of not having the opportunities to learn the skill set through the use of courses of university education. Without these skills, small businesses will find it near impossible to be successful, but through the implementation of the skill sets, the businesses will experience growth and prosperous times. We are focusing on small business growth today. Welcome to Business Insight and Plus TV Africa. I am Justin Akadonye. Now, first off, women must be resilient, purposeful, and be determined to thrive in whatever field they find themselves, no matter the perceived obstacles. Now, this was the consensus of participants at the opening of the 21st edition of the annual Women in Management, Business and Public Service, WIMBIS, in Lagos. Let's take details of that report.
It is a gathering of women from different sectors of the economy. Like previous conferences, this year's edition sees over 1,500 women from all over the world participating. Day one has a broad range of issues relevant to women in the business, corporate, public and development sectors on the front burner. In her opening remarks, the executive director of WIMBIS, Hansatu Adegbite, encourages women to keep pressing on to achieve more with the future in focus.
We win without compromise. And as we stand stronger with a unified front, we will win in all areas, be it political, business, social development, at all. An African proverb says, to go fast, go alone. To go further, take others along with you. I urge us, ladies, let's win together. And as we fire forward into the future, let's go further together.
Speaker after speaker harp on the importance to encourage and set women into leadership positions. Discussions on women's participation in politics takes the center stage.
It starts with the women believing in themselves, getting the right mentors, getting the right people to speak to, and just being courageous enough to step out. When they step out, there are people that would guide them. So at the end of the day, I'm speaking to all women, there's really nothing that they cannot do. The kind of, if they're nervous about taking on something, is the same for everybody. Even a man is also nervous about it. The difference is that the man doesn't allow the fear or the nervousness to cripple him. So don't get crippled by the fear, don't get crippled by the unknown. There are always people that will hold your hands.
Politics has been, it's almost classified as a no-go area for women, but we've seen more and more women become members of House of Reps, deputy governors, senators, etc. So they've been successful, they can continue to be successful, and we should push. And women should come out there and actually seek for votes. Women always bring a different perspective to a debate. Sometimes when too many men are in the room, egos get involved. So a woman calms the temper, brings a different, fresh perspective. So I'm all for gender inclusivity.
While some women say the annual ritual has impacted their lives, this participant begs to be different.
The first time I attended, it really helped me a great deal. And I have never remained the same since then. My business has prospered, have left the level I was. Where I am now, I never expected I would be the one at this point.
WIMBIS has to go beyond talking, advocacy, and getting the power. They already have the power. They have the network, they have the network. I know some of those women on the board or the founders. They are powerful women. It's time to use that power for women. In politics, I've been in their WIMPOL, I've been in their WIM board, I've been trained. And so they have that power. If they understand what a board means, they understand what politics means. It's time to use that same connect and the network to work for the people that they identify has the potential to do it.
This year's conference has as its theme, Firing Forward, the Future in Focus. The conference continues on Friday. Love Ikuku Oyedoku, Plus TV News. Essentially, we have a woman as our guest on the show today.
Yvonne Ofodile has 12 years of combined experience in areas like human resources, business development and strategy, commercial, haulage sales and marketing, leadership and personal development within the oil and gas industry and social enterprise sector. She serves as the managing director of Zontel Oil and Gas Limited, an integrated downstream oil and gas distribution and marketing company that provides superior value across the entire value chain and many other feathers to her cap. So Dr. Ofodile joins me now to look at small business growth and the need to engage management skills. Many thanks for joining us on Business Insights.
Thank you very much.
All right, now small businesses, let's just talk about the need for them to have this management skills, because most times people just want to start business because they feel that they don't really need to work for others. They just want to be their own bosses. But why are these skills or set skills necessary?
All right. Thank you very much for having me today.
It is our pleasure.
Like everything in life, you just like a woman that decides to go to the labor room. She's pregnant for 9 months. And that 9 months actually prepares her for the day of delivery.
True.
Right? So for a woman has decided to take the entrepreneurship route, business skills is essential. It's that set of skills and knowledge base that would allow you prosper within the terrain that you've decided to function in. That would be my response.
Interesting analogy there. Imagine a woman being pregnant and she has to wait for 9 months to get to see the fruit at the end of the day. So the skills are necessary. But if we have to walk through them right now, so what are these skills? Let's start from the core to maybe the least important.
So sincerely, like you said during your introduction, you mentioned the university foundation. And sincerely, from my perspective, I think that the curriculum of the university system in Nigeria needs to be adjusted, right, where it includes entrepreneurship as a full-blown department, and maybe some of its skills are some skills that students have to imbibe or take on whilst in the university. Because they don't know who would eventually become entrepreneurs, who will go to become leaders in the labor market, become employees, and do well with that. So for those that have decided to take on entrepreneurship as a part of your journey, business skills like data analysis. You hear a lot of things that a lot of conversations today are as to data analysis, analyzing data, to be to drive useful informations, to be able to help. Data analysis would help business owners make right decisions. So skills like data analysis, skills like corporate financial management, accounting, how to keep your books.
But let's take it one step at a time. You talked about data analysis and corporate financing and all of that. Maybe I am looking at the scope of how small the business is. For instance, let me just paint a scenario here. I have a business and I employ about 5 people. So what's the essence of data analysis in my business, really? It
still helps you make the right decision. So it's not, the skills are not level based.
Okay.
Right? As an new entrant into the business world, you need to have skills. You need to learn the skills. It helps you because you need to keep your books. So even if you outsource accounting or you employ an accountant, you need to know what the accountant is saying. You need to be able to understand and interpret the books in order to be able to make the right decisions for your business.
So just say that I sold 5 million today, I spent 2 million, so I'm making profit of 3 million.
Things like that, which is very wrong. You find people, SMEs, especially that don't even know that there's a need to separate personal financing from business financing. Yeah. Some SMEs, even MSMEs, don't even understand taxing, how to compute their taxes and all of that and make their payment. So all of these things are skills. Now, when you were introducing, you said something very profound as to how do we even expect SMEs to gather these skills, especially for the fact that, you find that universities don't take on these skills prior to the time they leave the universities. So this is one of the huge constraints that SMEs have, because they're not able to finance or fund the trainings that can help them assess the skills. However, that isn't an excuse, because Google is your friend. YouTube, there are a whole lot of free online courses that SMEs can take. But essentially, business to grow and scale, business management skills that is implemented by knowledgeable and skilled managers are those ones that eventually scale and grow.
Yeah, interestingly, I was going to ask that when you said Google is your friend, because we actually just are awash with lots of information just staring at us in the face when we Google a whole lot. But how do we begin to sieve information to know that this particular one, I may not need them right now. This ones I may need because of my business is actually nosediving or something. Or won't you really need like a business coach or something to help you in that line?
So, well, if you can afford a business coach, fine. But why I said Google is your friend, all you need to go online to type is accounting for beginners.
Okay.
Right, things like that.
Okay.
And it shows you basic accounting, how to use an Excel sheet to take on your accounts, the terms, a balance sheet, an income statement, all those things. On YouTube, you would even find virtual explanations on how to know and develop yourself in that area, right? So I feel like I know that things are not as hard as people say. I think if there is a will, people always find a way to deliver on them. And that is why I said initially that Google, if you cannot, once SMEs can't afford the business school trainings, go to the Harvard or Warwick or Lagos Business School and do, you could go online. There are even business coaches that offer very subsidized business skill trainings, very subsidized ones that you can learn. But the conversation is the need for the skill set to grow sustainable businesses, because we find that SMEs, research has showed us that SMEs, the percentage of SMEs that survive 5 years are not up to 30%. Why? Business management skills. That's what is in the root of it. People that are not able to really manage human resource management skills. People are not really, when you have a set of people, you have 2 staff, you have 3 staff, you don't have, the emotional intelligence skill to manage this set of people. And you find that people are resigning in 2 months, people are leaving you and all of that, and you don't understand why. But emotional intelligence, leadership skills would help you know how to manage people. People management skills would help you know. So that's why it's quite very essential that this is one of the things people or business owners, SMEs, MSMEs take very seriously when running their businesses.
Good thing you've talked about data collection. You've talked about the need for basic accounting. You also talked on the side. You talked about leadership skills and human resource skills. But what other core skills do we need to talk about, really?
Business management skills is diverse. It's a diverse set of skills. It's what if you enroll. Take for instance, if you sit in there in a business school, you decide to go to a business school, they'll teach you things like ethics. Business ethics, the do's and don'ts in business, business law, how to do your documentations, how to engage a lawyer even when doing your documentations, what informations do you give, technology, that's technology, how to handle things like you have a website, you have an official email, you need to understand, when you're engaging people to handle that for you, what are the informations to give out? What do you want them to do for you? You need to know basic things before you even engage people and then tell them to do something for you, so that you know what to expect from them. There are a lot of diverse skills that business owners and entrepreneurs, would need to, engage in and equip themselves with in order to really grow their businesses.
All right. I know you have special interest in women, and right now even WIMBIZ is actually on as it is. But how well would you say women are doing in terms of managing small businesses?
All right, thank you very much. So from what research is showing us, we have 60% of youths, of 60% of the population within the Commonwealth are youths. So coming down to Nigeria, 45% of women, of 45% of entrepreneurs are women or they're either women or women-led businesses.
Okay, wow.
Right, 45%. So the rest out of it are men. Mixed businesses that are owned by partners, businesses that are owned by expatriates. So you see that the women have the higher numbers, both in population and with entrepreneurship. Hence why, one of my greatest desire and one of our efforts with women as to within the entrepreneurship world is to see that, we are not just marking the numbers, but we are really making the impact, right? You go into major markets in Nigeria, it's women driving the economies there. You can't imagine how much transaction happens in a Idumota market every day, and these are run by women.
True.
So imagine if those women have the needed skills, business skills, to really manage and scale their businesses. Imagine how much data could be added to the economy of Lagos itself, right?
I was just imagining maybe the average Idumota woman who trades in wrapper and textile, scaling up to the extent of using technology. I can imagine just how far, or how global, she can go.
Would, yes, that's what knowledge can do, right? And hence why we are, especially for organizations like WIMBIS, which is an organization for women also, currently having their conference. The 360 Women Africa, which is the foundation, the organization I run also. One of the things that we find we do in Unism is to actually put a lot of resources and time, investing so much time in training women, in these business skills.
Well said.
In these business skills, so that they can also not just run these businesses for a year, 2 years, 3 years, but scale into not just small businesses, become micro and major businesses, transgenerational businesses. We just finished the MBA, 360 Women Africa, where we did our 100,
Yeah, but then I'm actually very interested in women grow. You've talked about the issue of knowledge and how far knowledge can take you now. But what other major challenges are women, struggling with that is making them not to reach their potential, really?
Thank you very much. So one of the things, like I was saying to a group of investors the other day, I was saying to them that apart from the knowledge, of course, opportunity and capital, platform opportunity and capital is what most of these women lack. Platform opportunity and capital. They don't have the right platform to expose their businesses, to grow their businesses. They don't have the needed opportunity, the needed environment, to grow and sustain their businesses, and they don't have the finance to do that. And which is one of the things that we are trying to bridge also.
Okay, so but then in the next 5 to 10 years, how do you see women doing in business, specifically in Nigeria?
Well, with the pace at which women are going, very resilient, so much energy and fire within them, I see women in the next 10 years growing really sustainable businesses, businesses that will actually outlive generations. And then if we then find more organizations or governmental bodies that see the need to take on the female economy and really invest in it, I think that we will do better.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Yvonne Ofodile. We do appreciate all the useful insights that you have shared with viewers, Nigerians, and of course the globe today. We do appreciate them.
Thank you very much.
All right, as we wrap up now, empowering Nigerians for the demand of workplace and self-reliance will reduce the unemployment rate, especially among the youth. This was the position of a group at its first one-day work skills, employability, and entrepreneurship program. We'll leave you with details of that report. I am Justin Akadonye. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now. The nation's higher educational institutions equip graduates with hard skills while neglecting the development of employability skills, which are core for transitioning into the labor market as well as for workplace productivity. The lack of these skills in graduates keeps them in the pool of the unemployed, no matter their degree of certification. Now, Executive Director, Eagle Foundation, Toluwaṣe Olaniyan, says this project aims to equip participants with the right skill set for employment and also prepare them for the world of entrepreneurship.
A good number of young people are currently not unemployed, they're able. And this is because they lack the basic skills like critical thinking, problem solving, those skills that can help them perform in the labor market. So employers are not getting what they want from them. Unfortunately, they're unable to employ them. And after the flag off of this project, we're setting up mentoring and coaching centers across different institutions where students are able to speak to coaches and are able to have continuous career development sessions so that it doesn't just end here.
One of the unique aspects of this training is to provide access to jobs for selected participants and also expose them to the realities of the workplace.
Employability is an important part of our economic growth, because when the people of the nation or the society are employed, productivity is increased as a country, and the GDP of the country also thrives on productivity.
A way forward is for people to actually consider a lot of capacity building trainings. The four walls of an academic institution is not going to provide all the kind of knowledge and skills you need. You have to self-develop, self-train yourself through taking part in trainings, capacity building and the likes.
There are several causes of graduate unemployment in Nigeria, including an inelastic labor market to absorb the turnover. Some of the participants share their thoughts.
Still by skill acquisition, because most companies now, I don't know how to put that in English, they don't really want to employ more because technology is already taking over lots of jobs now.
With the help of writing a good CV, because majority of us, I think the reason why we are not seeing good jobs is because of not you can't write good CVs. So with this program now, so they are teaching us how to write good CVs on how to get good jobs.
Another way to address the challenge of employability skill-induced employment is to incorporate the learning of these skills in the curriculum of higher education.